Ladies and gentlemen, this is EvenTually. Okay, uh, ladies and gentlemen, let's shed some light. Let's speak about goals, missions, and certain plans that you've built along your life. Uh, Now, certain plans within the family, within the house, involve elders, involve you, involve uh, a lot many factors. Maybe few friends, maybe few family friends, all along. Certain plans are built along certain raters, and certain people are a part of it. And those plans are made on the base of certain factors, certain scenarios, controlled factors, not the uncontrolled factors. Natural disasters, natural factors, they cannot be controlled. You've made a mission, you've made a vision with someone, and you're following that vision because you believe in that person, you believe in that elder of yours, you look up to him or her. Now, all of a sudden, uh, with whom you have pledged allegiance and you've made a plan, that person faces some unnatural disaster, unnatural in the form of health or in the form of some physical or mental issue, problem. Everyone goes through problems on a daily routine, but we have to fight them out. We have to stay strong, and we have to keep our head high and keep on pushing. That's what the name of that's what the meaning and the term life means. It's a continuous struggle, and you have to fight it out. Obviously, at all costs. Now, when the that person gives in, you've always looked up to him. He's your superhero. He's the Batman, Superman, or Thor of your life. And all of the sudden, that person he goes south and he gives up, and you're just like, how come? Like superheroes don't quit. You're Superman, you're Batman, the Thor of your life, the Hulk of your life is giving up, and he's just like, I'm done. I'm giving up, and leave everything in the world. Leave the plan, leave the vision, leave the mission. Just look after me. Forget about all your energies. Forget about what you're doing, what your future goals are, what the promises I've made, whatever I've done, that's gone. And he wants you to be around all the time. He wants you to. He wants to follow you and makes you follow you in a circle. In a circle that is a never ending circle that starts from one point, that ends from another, that starts from one point, ends from another, starts from one point, ends from another. And it's a circle, and it's a circle, and it's a circle. It's a never ending loop of frustration, depression, not moving forward. It's always a circle. The world is doing its thing, the world is moving on and on and on, and you're just trapped in that loop, that circle. That loop revolves around that superhero, that Batman, that Superman, that Thor of your life, that Hulk of your life, that has done so much all your life that you cannot even say no to him out of respect and honor for that person. But whatever he is doing now revolves around him. He's made himself the center, and he wants you to revolve around him, irrespective of the fact whatever's going on inside the world. That doesn't matter. He wants to be someone that he was before. He wants to retain his health, his old self, the way he was. But that was because of himself before. He was that person and he made that person out of him because he wanted to be that person. And that was based on his own efforts and personal constant uh, heroics. If you ask someone to do the heroics, then that person becomes the hero. You lose that status of being a hero. But because of the love, respect, and honor that that person is given, you have to follow whatever he is saying. Even if it's right or wrong, you know that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. And that doesn't make any sense. Because no, you also have the knowledge and the wisdom and the experience, obviously. You've lived for so many years. But he makes on making a blunder after another, after another, after another, after another, after another, because he is constantly in that time loop, in that issue of his that has occurred, and he wants to remedy it for his own personal selfish self. And he's willing to do anything, and he's willing to sacrifice anything and everything that he has built, and he's done all these years with such hardships. So what do? You stand in front of that hero of yours in a blunt way, you put him down, you take everything in your own hands, and you start firing the guns, and you start taking the shots. Or you put your head down like a good companion, like a good loyal friend, and you say, I've always fought from your corner. I've always kept your flag high. I've always tried as a responsible friend, as a responsible part of the group, as a responsible blood relative, that nothing comes on your list on your name as a blame that comes from my side. But if you want my sacrifice, so be it. If you want to use me, my energies, and my capabilities in this regard, so be it. You're asking for it. And I am from you. Similar caliber, similar sacrificial elements, that belief of sacrifice. But much more knowledge, much more experience, better education, thanks to you. Yeah, but that has equipped me more. That has made me a better version. But if you want to use me in that way, so be it. But the results won't be fine. But the hero doesn't understand. That Superman, that Batman, that Thor of the life, he doesn't get it. He is in no position to understand what is he doing. Together with another hero that's apart, at the same time, she doesn't understand either. Two heroes beating their only hope, only chance, only loyal companion like a drum. That has to go out and fight for their cause with the whole world as a flag bearer of the house, and is now and that is not a problem, fighting with the world. That's all. normal stuff. He'll do it like easy, like peanut butter stuff. That's what he was equipped and given the full package to deal with the world. That's not a big deal. Yeah. Easy peasy stuff. What? The heroes that have made him like that, now they stand in his way. The family, the backup. Now fighting with the whole world doesn't matter. Taking a stand doesn't matter if you have to fight with your own heroes. You have to fight with your own self. But they don't just get it. And if the younger sidekick of the two heroes, he makes them explain, or he explains them, that counts as utter disrespect according to his upbringing, according to his way of thinking, because he cannot do that. The results are going to be disastrous. And it turns out moral of the story, the younger guy is an easy target to always put the blame at, always throw the burden at. Sometimes, once you go deep down and scratch the whole thing, it's the elder heroes that make a lot of mess, take a lot of loose, stupid, dumb, and foolish decisions that cause a lot of unrest, unwanted, unprecedented, and not good for anyone. And once the final bad picture comes, as you sow social, you reap. You should think and act accordingly. And I think that's that. And you should stand up for your rights, and you should know when to say a yes and when to say a no. Not to the elders, but to your own self. It is important that you do so. It is important that everyone follows a proper code of conduct. If you will challenge reality based on your perceptions, based upon your ideology, based upon your upbringing, way of thinking, reality will bring it in front of you that fantasies don't exist. It's a real world. So be real and try to make decisions that count and try to be as real as possible. Be realistic, whoever you are, and it will do a world of good to you. Otherwise, challenge the whole world. That doesn't matter. Central